Swaminarayan. Today I am going to teach you SS Chapter 9, Fundamental Rights, Fundamental Duties and Directive Principle of State Policy. The person by birth owns rights which are his or her basic rights, which are known as human rights. United Nations General Assembly has declared human right on remember 10th December 1948, and 10th December is celebrated as Human Rights Day in the world. Those human rights which are included by Constitution of India are known as fundamental rights. In our textbook, you know that first page written fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Fundamental rights, first C, right to equality. All are equal before law in the court, and equal protection of law are included in right to equality. According to this right, no person shall be shown favoritism, means favor on the basis of color, means black and white, caste means Hindu, Muslim, any other caste, creed means religion, any language. Law is equal to all, from the peon to the prime minister. If they are against law, they are treated equally and are bound to the general court of law. However, the president and governor have certain privileges. Every person shall have equal admittance to public places like shop, restaurant, hotels, public entertainment place, have equal access to road and lakes, and use of public wells and bathing ghat. Titles and epithet. Epithet means adjective, which create artificial discrimination between caste in the society, have been removed. Government have removed the titles. Which titles? The adjective used before the names, like in the past, Sir, Divanji, Rai Bahadur, are removed. This is called discrimination between person. After independence, the government, in order to felicitate, means congratulate, special contribution and achievement of individual in various fields, given special awards like Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri, Paramveer Chakra is awarded in military services. Adjectives like general, major, chief marshal, field marshal are added before names in military services. The principle of equality, pay for equal work, is also a part of this article. So remember, children, this is called right to equality, means all are equal, no discrimination between any caste, any religion, any creed, any language. Now move to the second one, right to freedom. We got freedom. When Britisher, we were not free, but we were slave. So the Constitution of India provides the citizens India six types of freedom, which are as under. First, freedom of speech and expression. You can speak whatever you like and you express your thought. To assemble means to peacefully without any arms, no weapons. To form association or union, to move freely throughout the country of India, to reside means settle in any part of the territories of India, to practice any profession, any business, or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business. And these rights of utmost importance for overall development of personality and expressions of Indian citizens, for harmonious working of democracy and healthy lifestyle. The latest amendment means reform of 2009 in Constitution of India confers free and compulsory primary education for children between 6 to 14 years. It is called RTE, right to education. Now another point is include preventive detention. If person is danger to the society, so what the government do? If the state anticipate any criminal deed our activity from any person, then as precautionary measure that person can be detained by the state under Preventive Detention Act. Under this act, a person can be detained means in a jail not more than 3 months. Third point is right against exploitation. The main objective of the constitution is to see any person does not suffer exploitation at the hands of other person. An exploitation free society is established. That is objective of the constitution. Through this right, human trafficking means girls are selling, boys are selling in market, it is called trafficking. Drudgery means slavery, working very hard without paying money. Drudgery, slavery, and forced labor are banned. Government had banned on this activity to take work from any person without paying them or paying them less than minimum wages. Forced or imposed labor is punishable act. Any child under the age of 14 cannot be made to work in a factory, mine, or any dangerous profession, garage, hotel, or cannot be employed as a household servant. Right to freedom of religion. Any citizen of India can follow any religion of choice, can promote and propagate. The same is mentioned in the provision of the Constitution of India. The state of India does not have any religion of its own, or the Indian state is not run as per the principle of any religion or sect. So in our India, there is no religion, or all are equal. The state cannot interfere in the religious matter or religious belief of any group. No Hindu, no Muslim, no Christian. The religious group have been given the freedom to establish any religious organization, can manage and administer them for religious and philanthropic means helpful aims. Philanthropy means kind activity. Cultural and educational rights. People of various religions, various languages, culture live in India, so the people of India have the right to preserve their language, South Indian, North Indian, all these language, script, cultural identity, and ethnicity means originality. Any educational institution which rely on the government grant cannot deny admission, allow all the students to get admission, ground of religion, caste, creed, language, or any other reason. Right to constitutional remedy. IMP point. So, no matter how many laws are framed or how many provisions are made for the fundamental rights, if these are not implemented well, then there remains no meaning of such freedom or right. Therefore, a provision has been made in the Constitution of the India for the implementation of this right, as under Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar has considered this right most time as a soul of the constitution. It will be asked in exam. The parliament can hand over the powers of giving such an order to any of the, if the state legislative assembly frame any law which violates the fundamental rights or not in congruence, means confusion of it, then the Supreme Court helps stop the state. Now we rights over fundamental duties. The people of India were more aware of their rights and duties since ancient times, just as the citizens are given various fundamental rights, various fundamental duties were incorporated by constitutional amendments in 1976. The fundamental duties are given on the first page of textbook. First duty to abide by the, means follow by the constitution and respect its ideals and institution, the national flag and national anthem. To cherish means enjoy and follow the noble deeds, ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversity, to renounce practice derogatory, means bad words, to the dignity of woman, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. To safeguard public property, we should not damage the public property, abjure and give up violence. To strive towards excellence in all sphere of individual and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rise to higher level of the endeavor and achievement. Who is a parent or a guardian, to provide opportunities for the education to his child, or as the case may be, ward means child between the age of 6 and 14 years. 6th January is celebrated as Fundamental Duty Days in India. Directive principle of state policy. Principle related to economic policy, equal distribution of wealth and resourcing among all the classes, equal to all, opportunity to all, welfare of the citizen, assets and production of resources should not be distributed to a certain group or section. This should be administered by the state. Equal to all, equal pay for equal work for both men and women, relief and leave at the time of delivery should be provided to women workers. Insurance bonus, maternity leave, gratuity, and other legal rights should be included in the policy. To organize architectural and animal husbandry, agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines. To prohibit the slaughter of cows and other useful milk producing cattle. A draft should be drawn for the livestock breed like donkey, bullocks, cows for the halting, the slaughter. Slaughter means killing. Principle related to social policy. Weaker section means backward class, poor people of the society, that is the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, BC and Bakshi, and tribal. Backward class educational and economic rights to be conferred, which should be taken in concerned by the state, they should be protected against social exploitation and injustice. Uniform civil code should be the concern for all the citizens of the country, thereby dispersing and administering justice to all, which should be taken in concern by the state. Steps should be taken for social justice in matters of marriage, divorce, adoption, juvenile mean children, assets and properties by the state. Third point, principle related to international and political policy. Panchayati Raj should be established by the state, for which proper leadership, officers and financial aid should be provided to conduct the work in free way. The state should separate its services from corporate mindedness, and it should be liberty, so that judges can be impartial, fearless and courageous in rendering judgment. Principle related to education and cultural policies. Free and compulsory education for the children belonging to the age group between 6 to 14 years of age is mentioned in the constitution, and it was the fundamental right to education. To preserve and protect state heritage artifacts, means monuments, cultural places, art, buildings, the state should protect this cultural heritage places from distortion, means torn down, robbery, transiting, disposal and deterioration, means gone down. The state should have the aim of preserving the cultural and historical legacies. Principles related to health. Public wellness and hygiene should be provided, along with provision for better nutrition and health amenities facilities for the people by the state. Prohibition on harmful drugs, soft drinks, and drugs should be done by the state. This should be further banned, and it will create a health hazard for the public hygiene. Hygienic environment should be mentioned in the working areas of laborer. There should be social and cultural development at the time of leisure, means free time. Entertainment provisions should be there to maintain mental health. Last line of this chapter, these provisions should be kept in concern by the state. Thank you, students.